We now bring in Washington correspondent Hannah Brandt, who's live at the White House. Hannah, President Trump is not budging on tonight's deadline. Either Iran makes a deal by 8 p.m. Eastern, or he decimates that country within 4 hours.
That's right, Markie. And the president describing this in much the same way as Robert just mentioned. He says this is a critical period because he says time is running out for Iran to make a deal. He repeatedly pointed to his new deadline, which, as you said, is tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. President Trump telling reporters he's not at all concerned that going after civilian infrastructure would be considered a war crime, even telling them Iranian people, he thinks, are willing to suffer these infrastructure damages, claiming they overwhelmingly support the U.S. operation. And this is really stunning because behind-the-scenes negotiations are happening between U.S. leaders and Iran. President Trump says those discussions are actually going pretty well. Take a listen.
We'll see what happens. I can tell you they're negotiating, we think, in good faith. We're going to find out.
But in that same sentence, he continues to warn the deadline is tonight, and he will not budge on that. President Trump also now saying any deal would have to include restarting a free flow of traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. We know that has been a critical pain point. But Iran, as we just mentioned, has called the U.S. peace proposal unrealistic, Markie.
Yeah, we'll see if tonight's goalposts continue to stand firm. And Hannah, the president also revealing more about the air armada used to rescue the pilot deep within Iran. I mean, he went into great detail yesterday at the White House on this.
He absolutely did. He gave a real play-by-play of this stunning rescue, even revealing that some military leaders were against his decision to go in for this operation. But he says he told the Pentagon to do whatever it takes to bring those 2 downed airmen home. We now know that that mission was successful. Of course, President Trump says he ordered hundreds of special ops forces and 155 aircraft in to execute this mission. The CIA, meanwhile, launched a deception campaign to try and confuse Iranian forces as they were searching for the airmen as well. And altogether, what they described was really an extremely risky mission. I want to mention this video that you're seeing there on your screen is from Iranian state media. It's not something that NewsNation can independently verify, but it apparently shows some of the aftermath of this rescue mission. We know there were some injuries. Some of these aircraft were hit by enemy fire, and some had to be destroyed. That's what you're seeing there on your screen. But luckily, no American service members were killed in the operation. The president touting that, also saying both of the airmen who were rescued are doing well. They're recovering. I would note this morning we were expecting more Secretary Pete Hegseth to give a briefing at the Pentagon on these efforts and on the military mission more holistically, but that has been canceled. And Markie, they didn't give us a reason for why that cancellation happened.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.